under the big sky. Every cat's got a story. Some are born wild, some are born wise, and some, well, they look like they wrestled a tumbleweed and walked away smiling. Out here, whiskers carry legends. Paws leave trails, and every curl, stripe, and bobbed tail's got a tale worth telling. So settle in, friend. The fire's warm, the night is wide, and the next story's riding in. Well now, you take one look at me, and you might reckon I'm some kinda plush toy that wandered straight out of a Montana windstorm and didn't bother shaking off the dust. Curly coat, curly whiskers, round face, and a body built sturdy as a feed sack. Folks say I've got a sheep-like elegance. I say that's mighty polite for a critter who sheds like a busted hay bale. Name's Selkirk Rex, and my story starts under that big ol' Montana sky back in 1987. The kind of sky that makes you feel small, but mighty all at once. A rescued mama cat had herself a litter. Most of those young uns looked plain as prairie gravel. But one showed up looking like she'd been rolled through a hayloft, zapped by a thundercloud, and fluffed up by a sheep with opinions. Her coat curled, her whiskers curled. Shoot, even her attitude curled. And those curls? They weren't just cute. They were destiny knocking on the barn door. That scruffy little miracle landed in the hands of a Persian breeder named Jeri Newman. Not your everyday Persian cats. I'm talking Persians. The fancy flat-faced loungers who look like they're pondering life's mysteries on a velvet pillow. Jeri took one look at that curly tumbleweed kitten, and the whole story changed. Jeri named that curly Spitfire Miss DePesto of NoFace, after a curly-haired gal from moonlighting, and from that one little hay-dusted kitten, the Selkirk Rex was born. One rescue litter, one curly surprise, one breeder who didn't blink when nature handed her a miracle. But Jeri wasn't the type to trust luck alone. She wanted proof, real proof. So once Miss DePesto grew up, she was paired with a black Persian fella named Photo Finish of Deekay, a gentleman with a face flatter than a prairie horizon. They had 6 kittens, 3 straight, 3 curly. And right there, in that tiny litter, the truth came out. The curl was real. The curl was dominant. The curl was here to stay. Miss DePesto became the foundation queen of a whole new breed. Every Selkirk Rex alive today, every curl, every wave, every whisker that points whichever direction it darn well pleases, traces back to her. One Montana curl baby started the whole stampede. And the name? Selkirk came from Jeri's stepfather, making me the only cat breed named after a real person. And Rex? That's the fancy way of saying, yep, this critter's curly on purpose. Shins helped shape us early on, gave us our round faces, plush coats, and sturdy builds. Other breeds joined the mix, careful like, to keep us healthy and recognizable. But the heart of the tale never changed. It all began with Miss DePesto, a rescue kitten with curls, a Montana surprise. A little gal who looked like she'd slept through a cattle drive and woke up famous. Didn't take long for the cat fancy folks to perk up. The International Cat Association brought the Selkirk Rex into its new breed program in 1990. By the mid-90s, we were strutting into championship rings like we owned the place. Not too shabby for a kitten who looked like she tumbled out of a haystack during a spring storm. All right now, settle in. 'Cause this here's where Montana meets the show ring. Here's a real Selkirk Rex. Curls, confidence, and more attitude than a ranch cat guarding the grain bin.
Look at that hair. Silly, huh? It's okay. We're not making fun of you. No, you're quite beautiful. Yeah.
That's a Selkirk Rex.
You can sniff that table, huh? What are you doing? Okay, gotta go.
Hey, told ya. 1 minute of curls and cowboy charm, and humans start falling in love quicker than a rancher at sunrise. Thanks for reading along under the big sky. If this tale warmed your heart or tickled your whiskers, go on and subscribe. There's plenty more stories coming down the trail. And I'd sure like your boots walking beside mine.